guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to learn how to make this beautiful gorgeous heart-shaped beaded bag. Okay, looks beautiful and it has two handles. We're going to learn how to make that today. Set that aside. So yeah, as you can see, we have size 8 pearl bead. Usually you're supposed to use like size 10, but I do not have that, but this also works perfectly, just that it's going to be quite smaller than it should be, but it also works perfectly. And then we're using size 14 pearl bead. You can use any other size you have or you want. And then we are working with 0.60 millimeters fishing line, and then we're needing these two tiny rings for the handle of the bag, as you can see here. And then for the handle of the bag also, we're using 0.70 for a more firmer and sturdy handle of the bag. And then you need something to cut and your tape rule or your measuring tape to measure. So let's get right into the tutorial. The first thing we're going to do is to pick up our 0.60 fishing line, and we're going to be cutting about 50 inches long. It says 50. If you are just starting out, you can measure about 30 so that it doesn't get overwhelming. And then you set that aside, and then we're going to put in 6 beads. I'm going to make a circle of 6. This is 2, 3, 5, and then the last one I'm going to do crisscross. But I am going to be doing a looping method, which I already explained in my last tutorial. So you just fold it in and passing your fishing line through the loop, and then you have your first circle of 6. Oh, we're going to be repeating this 6 times. Now put 2 into one fishing line, 2 beads, left hand side, 2 beads, your right hand side, and then 1 to cross, which I'm doing the looping method. If you do not know what the looping method, you can just go ahead and then crisscross. Okay, you just pass your fishing line through opposite directions. Okay, now we have our second circle of 6. Okay, we're going to repeat this 6 times. So now we've done our circle of 6 5 times. Okay, so this is exactly what we are trying to do here. We're working on half part of the heart. Okay, it's going to be like this. So this is basically half. Okay, and then we're going to do the second half. So you're working on the first row, okay, which is 6 1 2 3 4 5 6, and this is the 5th one. So now for the 6th, we're going to be turning to the left hand side. Okay, if we are working towards the right, we'll be turning to the right hand side. So what we'll do now is, instead of 2 2, it's going to be 3 and then 2. So let's go. Set that aside, and then into your right hand fishing line, putting 3 beads, 1 2 and then 3. Okay, and then into this left hand fishing line, you put in 1 bead. Okay, just like that, and then 1 to crisscross. So the difference now is that instead of 2 2, it is 3 and then 1. Okay, then I'm doing the looping method. That is why I'm passing back the fishing line. And now we have successfully turned to the other side. So now instead of 6, it's going to be 5. For the first circle, it's going to be 5. So you pass in 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So if you turn this, we are left with 1 more bead to close up the circle. So you'll be closing with the 4th bead. Just like that. So now we have circle of 5. Circle of 5 completed. So now we're going to continue with circle of 6. So what this does is basically starts to form the heart shape of the bag. So now we're going to pass our right hand fishing line through 2 beads. So the 2 beads we'll be putting on the left and right. Now we're going to be replacing that with 2 on this side. Okay, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Then to be 2 here, pass through 2 and then cross with 1. Let me show you. So you're going to go ahead, pass through 2 beads, bead through the left hand fishing line, 2 beads, 1 and then 2. Okay, and then 1 to cross. Just like that, and then you pull it. So okay, you want to continue this all the way down. So I'm going to flip it over because I'm left-handed. Easier to work this way. So pass your right hand fishing line, which is now presented by my left hand. Pass it through 2 beads at the side. Remember, we are replacing the 2 beads that we are putting in by the 2 beads at the side. So we are still following the same method. Second one and out. Then pass your bead through the second fishing line, 1 and then 2 and then 1 to cross. Okay, you're going to do that till you get to the last row. Okay, so do that to get to the last 2 beads and then we continue from there. For the last circle of 6, I already passed it through the side bead at the side, so I'm going to put in 2 beads and then the 3rd one to cross. This is the 3rd one and I am crisscrossing, and there you have it. Okay, so now I'm not going to be doing a circle of 5 for the next row. It's going to be circle of 6 all the way. So this is circle 6 times, and then we have 6 rows here. Now the next row is going to be 5, the next one is going to be 4, and then the last one is going to be 3. So it reduces as it goes basically. So now I'm going to be passing fishing line through this bead at the side so that my fishing line passes through 2 beads like I explained the other time. Okay, so 2 beads, and now I'm going to put in 1, 2, making 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just see the circle of 6, the 3rd one, and then the 4th one to cross. Okay, so you can see that it's starting to descend. Yes, starting to descend, ascend, yes. It's coming down, so we can see that. So we're going to continue with circle of 5 circles. One, this is a circle of 6. One, we're going to go 2, 3, and then 4, and then 5. Then go to the next row, it's going to be 4. Okay, so let's continue. Pass through your 2 beads at the side. Two beads. Okay, we always want to make sure you are counting. This is 1, 2, 3. So how many do we need more? We need 3 more beads. This is 1, 2, then the third one to cross. We're going to continue all the way down. So now that is completed. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Adding a new extension because this is already short. So I'm going to be showing you that because a lot of people like to ask the question how to add new fishing line when the previous one is like almost finished or is finished. So I'm going to be passing it back. Okay. Till they get to like a meeting point. Into a meeting point, I'm going to tie that up. 1, and then 2. I'm going to be passing the excess through the beads again. Then the knot, I'm going to make sure the knot hides inside of one of the beads, not in between. So pull that in, make sure it's hidden. You pass the excess around the bead till you are satisfied, and then you can cut off whatever is left. And then you cut off the excess. So now you want to continue from where you stopped. Okay, so we're going to continue from here, closest point to the next 2 beads. Okay, that's what you should take note of. So now this next row is going to be 4 circles of 6. So you pass in your left hand fishing line through 1 bead, and then passing 4 beads, crossing with the first one. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one to cross. And this is what you should have. So we're going to keep repeating this till you get to the very bottom, and then we continue from there. So now we're almost done with the half part of the heart-shaped bag. So now we're going to be doing, instead of circle of 6, it's going to be circle of 5, because this is going to be 3 circles. Circle of 5, circle of 6, and then a circle of 5. Just like this. You can see it's circle of 5, circle of 6, and then a circle of 5. And then we'll be done with 1/2 of the bead. Let's go. Just you want to make sure your fishing line has gone through 2 beads and 2 instead of 4. It's going to be 3, so the third one to cross. See, circle of 5, and then pass it through 2 beads, then circle of 6, and then the last one is a circle of 5. Go ahead and close it up, cut off the excess. 2 beads, 1 to cross, and then we are done with 1/2 of the bag. Okay, 1/2 of the hat, so one side of the hat of the bag, not even the bag. So I'm going to be tie up then or not and pass the excess, and then we'll continue from there. So now that we're done with that, we're going to be building the next side. So I found that if I make 2 pieces of this, I just get to join it together, and then it gives me this. Okay, people have different method of doing this, but I find this much more easier to do. So I just go ahead and join it from the down. So the first one will be a circle of 5. Okay, so you can see here, then 6, 1 2 3 4 5, then 5 circles of 6. So if you want to build it, you can just follow this pattern and then build it directly, but I prefer to make 2 pieces from one side, 2 pieces from one side, and then join it together. So let's go ahead and do the joining. So I'm going to be passing my fishing line through this bead. Okay, so this is 2, right, from the first one here, like this, and out. So just 1, then put in 2 beads, 1 and then 2, and then pass it through the same bead on the other side of the half side of hat, the other side of the hat of the bag. I don't even know how to call it. Okay, so this is what you should have. You want to make sure both sides of the fishing line are equal, and then you want to go ahead, 1 bead to cross, and then you have this. Okay, so now you're going to be passing your fishing line through 2 beads here, 2 beads here, 1 to cross, 2 beads here, 2 beads here, 1 to cross, basically. So pass through 2, has gone through 2, then the other side through 2, okay, then 1 to cross, just like that. As you can see, keep repeating that. Now for the last part, I already passed it through the 2 beads set aside. Just going to go ahead and add crisscross. And then you should have this. So you're basically done with one side. You want to pass around the fishing line, and then you have 2 of this. And then we'll join the sides together. So now to join the side, we're going to pass the fishing line through the side. So this one and then this one. Okay, so you pass it through like this. On one side. Okay, make sure it's placed the right way, and then for the second side you repeat the same thing. Before you do that, you're going to be adding 1 bead. Okay, and then if you're using a ring, go ahead and add the ring too. So repeat that for the other side of the bag. And then you go ahead and then crisscross. So you should have this. Okay, let me try it. You should have this. So now I'm going to repeat that again. You're going to pass your fishing line through 2 beads. You always pass through 2 beads. So you're also forming a circle of 6, even at the side of joining side. 1, 2. Do that for the other side. Always make sure you are pulling on your beading. 2 beads. Okay. And then 1 bead to crisscross. Okay, so you have this. You're going to do this all round so you get to the other side of your bag. Don't forget to add your ring before you close up the last side. So 2 beads again. Another 2. Another 2 at this side. So you want to repeat this all the way to the other side. You must always form a circle of 6. That's how you know that you're on the right track. Okay, all the way around. Now that we are done fixing the sides of the bag, okay, you can see you're going to cut our 0.70 fishing line. You can use 0.80 if you want. I'm going to be using our bead. Firstly, you pass it through one side of the loop. Okay, so now it's on a fold. We're going to go ahead and put 15 beads. 2, and then I've added the 15th bead. So now I'm going to pass one side of the fishing line through the loop. Okay, and then the other side I'm going to tie a knot here like this to make sure it's firm. Double tie bubble, and then I'm going to pass both fishing line back through the bead. So I passed both through, so I'm going to pull it now so that the knot stays hidden inside of the bead. I'm going to keep passing till I get somewhere, tie it up again, then cut off, and then you can repeat the same thing for the longer strap of the bag. And I measured that about I have a second bag here. I measured that about 35 inches thereabout. Okay, 35 inches. So depending on how long you want it to be, go ahead and measure it to, okay, it's about 36. Go ahead and measure, and that is how you make your beautiful beaded get back. If you enjoyed my tutorial, please do not forget to leave the thumbs up or like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and please share this tutorial. Okay, share to your loved ones. So have a lovely day. Bye.